सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवम् बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। गच्छन्ति यस्यां ते किल मज्जन्ति कथं तरेन्नरो मायाम् गुरुः प्रोक्तः प्रभुकृपया ज्ञानेन शरणं गत्वा सर्वेषां स्वयं तीर्त्वा तारयति जनान् सर्वान् हि सज्जनः जनान् सर्वान् हि सज्जनः। Yeah. So sadhana sadhya vivek. So what did we see? Praptas apraptasyet praptavyam. Praptasyet jnatavyam. If there is something which we don't have, then we have to know it and do it and get it. Know, do and get. But suppose it is already there and you are not getting it because you don't know. Then what is the means? Know it. How to know this self? Shravanam, mananam, dhyanam. Then regarding sadhana, there are two types of sadhana. What are they? Bahiranga and antaranga sadhana. So all that which comes under the preparation of the mind. What are the preparation? Purification and concentration. Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata. All those will come under Bahiranga sadhana. What is Antaranga sadhana? That sadhana where we shift our attention towards the self. Everything related to that. So therefore, Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam comes under Antaranga sadhana. Then regarding Maya. This Maya is Bhagavan's Maya, Trigunatmika Maya. So Bhagavan's Maya means what? Everything is perfect. So even though it's an illusory world, it is a perfect world. That is the meaning Daivi, divine. And not Rakshasi, Asuri and all that. Daivi. The purpose. Even in this illusion, there is a purpose. So, Prabhu Maya, Duratyaya, by one's own ability, we can never overcome this Maya. It is not possible. And how does this Maya express itself? Aham mama iti mithya bhoga pralobhika. So, whoever is having too much of ahankara and mamakara, that much intensity of, we say, they're drowning in Maya. There is the intensity of Maya also. So, avidya Maya especially. This is ahankara, mamakara is avidya Maya. So, such people will be addicted. They will be slave of the senses, slave of the mind, slave of the world. These are all the indication that that person is bound by Maya. So when somebody praises you and you feel nice, there is nothing to feel nice. There is only to feel bad. Why? Because whatever that person is praising, either that person is praising your B, M, or I. So the moment you have that mamakara, to what extent you feel joyous in praise, that shows the intensity of mamakara and ahankara. In the same way, when somebody criticizes you, abuses you, find faults with you, and if you feel bad, the intensity of badness, how much hurt feeling you have, that shows the intensity, shows the measure of bandhana, bondage. So this is the way we have to see. There are certain joys which are poisonous. Not all joys are good. The joy born out of the ego, it is nothing but future pain. So therefore, wise people don't revel in such joys. Even in that joy, they feel painful. Exactly like, the itching sensation. There is a joy. But every time you are scratching, that wound is becoming bigger. There is nothing to celebrate there. So in the world also such joys are there. So you become very alert. Spirituality is all about alertness. Gross people, they revel in such pleasures. Wise people, they are ashamed of such pleasures. They feel guilty of such pleasures. That, my mind is reveling in all this. It's all dirt and filth. And look at my condition. Oh Bhagavan. You see, that shows the difference between wise and otherwise. Okay. So now, those people who think, oh, this Maya, I will overcome. Guruji makes it very clear. Tartum imam ye gachanti. Those people who with their own ability, they think that they can overcome this Maya. Yasyam te kilamajjanti. So therefore, you see, never criticize anyone. There will be so many people who will be falling because of so many reasons. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. In the society, you will see so many people falling. Never revel in it, especially when your enemy is falling, somebody whom you don't like. So there's a tendency to, rejoice. Never do that. Because everybody is in the same level. Nobody has any strength to win over any of these weaknesses. Anyone, if there is somebody who has won over it, it is only because of the grace of God, only by holding on to God. Prabhu kripaya jnanena sharanam gatva sarvesham. Then swayam tirtha. Yes, holding on to God, we can definitely overcome. So this is the only way to overcome Maya. Hold on to Bhagavan. Yes. To the extent we surrender to Bhagavan. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuya tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yasmin yasmin yatah pravrittih prasata tameva chadyam prapadye. O Lord, I surrender to that Bhagavan from whom everything has come. So if one message which is constantly repeated in Bhagavad Gita, it is surrender, Sharnagati. So that is the only way. Okay. So what happens when we surrender? The mind is pure, such a pure mind, Bhagavan lights the lamp of knowledge, then we are liberated. This is the only way. Okay, next topic. Jagataḥ prayojanam, page number 91. What is the purpose of this world, this universe? Shishya uvacha prayojanam swarupam kim Jagatascha Jagadguru Idam Rupena Yajñatvam Yajñatam Taccha Sarvam Jagadbhavet Prayojanam Swarupam Kim Jagatascha Jagadguru Idam Rupena Yajñatam Taccha Sarvam Jagadbhavet. O Jagadguru, so Shishya's question. Jagataḥ Swarupam Kim. What is the nature of this world? Jagataḥ prayojanam kim. What is the purpose of this world? What is the nature of this world? What is the purpose of this world? This is a very common question. Why did God create this world? Especially we ask this question when you are miserable. Otherwise, nobody asks. So that question, what is the nature of this world, is answered here. Idam rupena yat jnatam taccha sarvam jagat bhavet. Whatever you know as idam, this, everything is world. So generally, whenever we say jagat, we always talk about the outer world. So the definition is whatever you know as this. So therefore, outer world is also included, body is also included, mind and intellect is also included. That is jagat. You see, the field of experience, kshetram. Whatever you experience as this, that is called as jagat. Okay, now what is the prayojanam? So this is swarupam, this is the nature. What is the prayojanam? So the next verse, verse number 2, page number 95. Karma kartum phalam bhoktum kshetrabhutam hi praninam ईशे समर्प्य कर्माणि चित्तशुद्धिं लभेन्नरः कर्म कर्तुं फलं भोक्तुं क्षेत्रभूतं हि प्राणिनाम् ईशे समर्प्य कर्माणि चित्तशुद्धिं लभेन्नरः. What is the purpose of this world? Karma kartum, to perform action. Phalam bhoktum, to reap the result of these actions. Kshetra bhutam hi praninam. This world is a kshetra, it's a field. So this is a field where we perform action and then we reap the result of this action, the fruits of action. So why is this world created? This question is asked. See, the law of this universe is whatever we desire, we get it. That's the law. So why are we in this world? We desired this world, therefore we are in this world. Simple. Who is desiring? Om is desiring. Is it there? Om. Om says, I want. No, many people are. Why is it desiring? That desire comes from ignorance. Paramatma need not desire. Paramatma can never have a desire. Why? Because he is having infinite bliss. Ananda Swarupa. Why should he desire? So this question that Paramatma thought, no, he was bored, then he thought, let me become many. Impossible. Illogical. Why should he have such a desire? So boredom can never come to a person who is Ananda Swarup. Boredom can come to ordinary beings like us. How can Bhagavan, who is Ananda Swarupa, ever have boredom? So therefore to say that once at some time in the past, Paramatma decided to become Jivatma, this cannot be accepted. So what is the starting point? There is no starting point for ignorance. That means from infinite past we have been ignorant only. There was never a time when we were Paramatma and then we became Jiva and then Jiva. So suppose another problem is, suppose we were once upon a time Paramatma and then we became Jivatma and we are striving to become Paramatma. What is the guarantee that after becoming Paramatma again this desire won't come? Maybe again I am bored. Again I want to come back. So what is the purpose or point in putting forth all this effort in this sadhana? Isn't it? It's a waste of effort. So there are so many logical fallacies. If you assume at some point in the past I desire to become Jiva. What is the answer? The answer is from the beginningless past, this ignorance is there. And the expression of ignorance is desire. What do we desire? Not the self, but the world. The essential motive behind the desire is, if I get this thing, being, or situation, I will be happy. Once the desire comes, this desire will translate into action, because kama, then comes karma. So this is the sequence. Avidya, kama, karma. Avidya means what? I don't know myself, as Ananda Subodha. So from this ignorance of the selves comes kama, desire. From desire comes action. So any worldly desire is an expression of ignorance. Any worldly desire will translate into worldly action. So that desire is the V below Om. So Om plus V equal to Jivatma, the PFT. Ignorant God is Jivatma. Ignorant Paramatma is Jivatma. Okay. So the moment we have a desire, that desire has to express itself as action. So there has to be a field of action. What is that field of action? OET, objects, emotions, thoughts. Now there is a field of action. I mean, the field is nothing but sense objects. So in this field, to interact with these sense objects, I must have an instrument. So what is the instrument? BMI is the instrument. So I express a desire to this cosmos. Cosmos in turn listens to these desires and answers my prayer. How does this cosmic intelligence or Bhagavan answer my prayer? By creating a field, by giving me an instrument, and by giving an opportunity to perform action in this field through this instrument. This is called as life. So in life, what are we doing? Karma kartum phalam bhut. Thus, I am fulfilling my unfulfilled desires. The law of cosmos is any desire which is coming from the depth of the heart has to be fulfilled. Is the law. Why is it so? Because who is desiring it? Bhagavan himself is desiring. Who is Jivatma? None other than Paramatma. And then Jivatma may be an ignorant Jivatma, but basically he is Paramatma only, no? The fellow is sleeping. In the dream, he may be thinking so many things, but basically he is the person who is lying down on the bed. The same way. Just like dreamer is essentially the waker, this Jivatma is essentially Paramatma. Therefore, when Paramatma entertains a desire, it has to be fulfilled. Maya Devi has to fulfill it. The cosmos, the Prakriti has to fulfill it because the Lord is desiring something. So then the cosmos aligns itself to fulfill the desire of this Jiva. And that is what is life. That is the purpose of this world. So what is the purpose of this world? Number one, to fulfill the unfulfilled desires of Jiva. What is the purpose of this world? To make the Jivatma go through the karma phala. Performance of karma and going through karma phala. And thus fulfilling the desires. But there is a higher purpose. What is the higher purpose? To take this Jivatma to Paramatma. So the purpose of the world is to help Jivatma evolve and reach Paramatma. This is the purpose. So nobody can be happy in this world. The world is designed to make you miserable. I am not saying Bhagavan himself is Dukkhalayam, Ashashvatam. Dukkhalayam it is. Somebody says, no, 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 no. For me it is Sukhalayam. But you, just long, long way to go. He's like the person who is scratching the itching and say, Jayo, Jay. This is the example given by Prahalada, in Bhagavatam. Itching sensation. So, this world is designed. The world is like a womb. What is the purpose of womb? It is designed to help the baby grow, and it is designed to push the baby out of the womb. It is designed that way. Because there is a higher reality where the child has to go. In the same way, the world is designed. That's why it is Daivi Maya. Daivi, it is divine. The world is designed to create Vairagya in you. The world is designed to create Viveka and Bhakti in you. Nobody has any choice. If not this birth, then next birth. Some birth it has to come. Just like every droplet of water in the river is flowing towards ocean, the infinite. The finite is flowing towards the infinite. In the same way, all the beings, choicelessly, helplessly, we are flowing towards that infinite. So that is the purpose of this world. And the moment that happens, the finite merging with the infinite, after that you will find the world disappears. So therefore, a time comes when everybody becomes miserable. Because the worldly happiness is not there, or it is not fulfilling. There is a hollowness. Time comes when a person says that I have everything, but I'm not happy. I have a good family, I have a good job, I have enough money, I have land, everything is there, but I'm missing something. Then understand you are fit for spirituality. But then don't force anyone to spirituality. Because people are at different levels. Though we are all in human forms, some are at a very advanced stage, some are at a very basic stage. So everybody is not fit. Tamasic person, Rajasic person, Sattvic person, and different levels are. That's why Pujya Guruji, when he used to give yajna, it is all open. The gate is always open. The door. Why? So just you can get up and walk. If you feel that it is not fit for you. See, when the class E equal to MC square is going on, E equal to MC square, E equal to MC square. Suppose there is a child who is sitting E equal to elephant. That's all he understands. So then better he gets up and go away. For LKG, UKG equal to elephant. PhD, he cannot be equal to elephant. He has to be equal to same. There are different classes happening in this universe that is called Jagataḥ. You automatically gravitate towards that class which you belong. That segregation, Mother Nature does. We don't have to. When you are sitting in a very low class, you don't enjoy. When you are sitting in a very high class, again you don't enjoy. There is a resonance, Somewhere in between where exactly there is a resonance. Something is happening outside, and from within you say, this is my place. That is called as swadharma. At that place you enjoy. At that place you find a sense of fulfillment. Anywhere else you are not finding a sense of fulfillment. Then understand that is your place. So this world is designed for us to evolve. So for an ordinary person it is karma kartum bhalam bhoktum. But for a spiritual seeker, this world is a beautiful place to evolve. How? Ishe samarpya karmani chitta shuddhim labhet naraha. When I perform action as a worship of the Lord in the spirit of karma yoga, then what happens? The very same world becomes a wonderful means for chitta shuddhi. Same action is done, but when actions are performed as a worship of the Lord, so the essence of karma yoga is given here. Ishe samarpya karma. When actions are performed as a worship of the Lord, chitta shuddhi happens, and after chitta shuddhi, what happens? That person is able to understand higher reality. Then Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam happen. Then what happens? Next verse. Brahmarupam jagat pashyan mukto vidwan bhavet naraha जीवार्थं स्यात् प्रयोजनम् ईशार्थं न तु कर्हिचित् ब्रह्मरूपं जगत् पश्यन् मुक्तो विद्वान् भवेत् नरः जीवार्थं स्यात् प्रयोजनम् ईशार्थं न तु कर्हिचित्. Yes. So then what happens with purity of mind? That person does Shravanam Mananam Nididhyasanam. That person is exposed to Guru, exposed to Vedantic teaching, and finally he gains that knowledge. And when he gains the knowledge, what happens? Brahmarupam Jagat Pashya. What does he see now? The world is Brahmarupam. This world is nothing but Brahman alone. This world has no existence apart from Brahman. Who is this Brahman? Consciousness in me. So an ignorant person says, this world is absolutely real. A wise person says, hey, this world is seen in my mind. Mind is nothing but thoughts. And these thoughts are existing in consciousness. So therefore, this world is nothing but consciousness. Thoughts are like waves in consciousness. Essentially, it is consciousness alone, Brahma Rupam. So then what happens is, as you grow more and more spiritual, you find that your attention slowly gravitates towards the I. When you are non-spiritual, your entire attention is upon the outer world, non-I, anatma. So what is spiritual progress? We can say spiritual progress is slowly gravitating towards the I. The non-spiritual person, his entire attention is upon the world. No attention is given upon the body or the mind or the intellect. He doesn't even know that there is a mind. And therefore, no time is given to reforming the mind. Because who will try to reform a non-existent entity? You see all these worldly people, they will have no time at all for reforming oneself. And even if they try to reform, they will try to reform the speech or action. That is a sign of immaturity. You can't reform your action or speech. The real reformation has to happen at mind level. Are you mature enough to understand that? To the extent you are evolved, to that extent you will be reforming the very substratum of yours. Immature people try to reform the outer world. Little more maturity, that person will try to reform one's action. Little more maturity, that person will try to reform the thoughts. From bad thoughts to good thoughts. But when you really become mature, you try to find out where these thoughts are coming from. Is a substratum. Just like a efficient diver dives deep into the ocean and then collect pearls from it. You see, some people, they don't enter into ocean. They just walk along the seashore and come back. Some, they swim in the ocean. Some, they go little deeper and get some fish. See, some little more deeper and get bigger fish. And rare few, where do they go? The most precious thing, the pearl that is deep down on the, what you call, bottom of the ocean. They go there and get pearls. In the same way, life is the same. Some people live a superficial life. Some little more deeper, deeper, deeper. The more and more deeper you go, the greater and greater treasure. Really wise people are the one who go to the deepest core, the essence in oneself, the I. They get the real pearl. What is that? Satchidanand. Brahmarupam Jagan Pashyan Mukto Vidwan Bhavet. Such a person becomes liberated. Now, what happens is, as you dive deep down, you come to know everything is consciousness. You are able to abide in consciousness. When you abide in consciousness, what happens? The mind is abiding in consciousness. So when mind is abiding in consciousness, what does it experience? Anand. I don't have to be secure because I am already secure. I don't want happiness because happiness is my nature. So what happens to that mind? Becomes silent. And now when mind becomes silent, what happens to the world? Manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam margane. Yes. Naiva manasam. Mind disappears. And when mind disappears, what happens to the world? World also disappears, because world is nothing but a projection on the mind of the mind. Mind stops projecting, the world stops appearing. That is called as Jagan Vidya. It is an experience born out of abidance in the self. The world is a projection of the mind. When the mind disappears, world has to disappear. There is nobody in this world who experiences the world without the mind. You come to know world has no real existence. It's just an appearance in the mind, in an immature mind. Agitation of the mind expresses as the world. It's just like, Alata Shanti Prakarana, they say. When that fireball is rotated fast, you see a solid ring there. And you don't know what is happening. You say, yeah, there is a solid ring. It's very real. I've seen it. But slowly you slow down that rotation. Suddenly it disappears. Why does it disappear? It was an illusion. Faster you rotate, more solid it appears. Faster the mind agitates, greater the agitation of the mind, more solid the world appears. As the agitation of the mind subsides, all the solid body, everything gone. Mind itself is gone. Then there is only consciousness. So therefore, what is the purpose of the world? Jivartham syat prayojanam. Ishartham natu karhijit. So what is the purpose of this world? purpose is not for God, naishartham, into jivartham. It is for us, the jivatmas. So why did God create this world? You ask God, God will say, which world? From the standpoint of God, there is no world. If a jiva to evolve, once he becomes evolved, there is no world. There is nobody to ask also. So this is Jagataḥ prayojanam. So therefore, when we live in this world, how should we live? Keep this in mind. I am in this world not to improve anyone. I am seeing the world because of a disease in me. A diseased mind sees the world. It is a symptom of a disease. Ahankara, mamakara is a disease. So therefore, in this world, we are like a person in a hospital. Who goes to hospital? Sick people. Patients. Sick people. The healthy ones liberated and gone. They don't need this world. Sick people come to this world. So when we go to a hospital, what is our duty? To prescribe medicines for others? Remain in your room, mind your own business, whatever medicine doctor has prescribed, eat it and remain in your room. What are we doing? Doctor has prescribed, take rest. This is what you have to eat. Look at that. We are never in our room. Who all have come? What all are they doing? What all are they eating? The message of Vedanta, as Pujya Guruji said, shut up and get out. That is Vedanta. Shut up your mind, quieten the mind, and get out of this miserable world. Get liberated. That is the message. So therefore, all this, situation should be analyzed in this light. Here for a purpose. Whatever I am doing, I may have short-term goal, long-term goal, but the lifetime goal is liberation. Otherwise, I am wasting my time. Never forget this. Satsang reminds us again and again. Why am I here? Otherwise, we are all busy doing so many unwanted things. Jagataḥ prayojanam. Now, types of liberation. Mukti prakara. What are the different types of liberation? Page number 102. Shruno mukti prakaram tvam yatha proktam vichintakaihi कर्मोपासन प्राप्तव्यः स्वर्गो लोकश्च ब्रह्मणः शृणु मुक्तिप्रकारं त्वं यथा प्रोक्तं विचिन्तकैः कर्मोपासन प्राप्तव्यः Swargo lokascha brahmanaha. Shunu, listen, O Shishya. Mukti prakaram. There are different types of liberation. Listen to that. Yatha proktam vichintakai. The wise people have spoken about liberation in scriptures. Listen to that. Karmobhasana praptavyaha. Swargo lokascha brahmanaha. Through karma, you get swarga, and through upasana, you get brahmana loka, brahma loka. You see, what happens to people in this world? So we can divide all this mankind into 5 based on what happens to them after death. First is abhakta. Abhakta means what? Non-devotees, they don't believe in God. Materialistic people. What kind of life they will live? Naturally, a sensuous life, selfish life, egocentric life. What will happen to them? They go to the lower worlds, tamasic worlds. So how many worlds we have?
7, 14.
Bhuhu, bhuvaha, suvaha, mahaha, janaha, tapaha, satyam. 7 upper one. Bhuhu means this one. What is the lower one? Atala, vitala, sutala, talatala, mahatala, rasatala, patala. Some 7 words lower. Okay. So this is the karma bhumi. So here, how we live, that will decide where we go. Bhuloka. This is called as Bhuloka. So if our actions are very low, criminal, selfish, we go to the lower world. So abhakta, lower world. And next step, we are called as sakama bhakta. Artha artharthi bhakta. Sakama bhakta. So they are bhaktas, devotees of God, but they don't want God. They only want something from God. So they worship Bhagwan. My family should be good. Good money, good job, Bhagwan, no disease. And they are very good people, disciplined people, live in family. They take care of the family. So which world they go? So that is called as karma here, Swarga Lokadeva. Because they have lived a good life, not giving pain to others, helping others, praying to God, living a good life. So, Puvaha Suvaha. Suvaha is actually Swargaloka. Puvaha Suvaha. So this Pitraloka, Gandharvaloka, Swargaloka, they all fall under the same category. There are different colonies in Swargaloka. Pitraloka, people who are very much attached to their ancestors and parents. They go to Pitraloka, they say. Because all the time they are thinking of their relatives only. Fathers and grandfathers and all them. Very regular in Shabda Karma and all those things. Lived a very good life. So this path is also called a path of return. Bhagavad Gita. So they go there. So Prapya Punya Kritam Lokan Ushitva Shashwati Samaha Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Bhrashtah Avicharate. They go to these higher worlds, enjoy all the pleasures, and finally, Kshine Pune, come back. In a very good family, prosperous family, good family, cultured family. So this is Sakama Bhakta, second category. Now the third category is Sakama Jignasu Bhakta. They are sadhakas. They are striving for God. They understood that no, striving for God is meaningless. We must strive for God. But the problem is they have still some desires. Worldly desires are there. The mind is not fully pure, though they are seekers of God. So they are called as Sakama Jignasu. Jignasu means desiring God, desiring liberation, etc. What happens to them? They go to even more higher world. So Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha. These three. They are meant for the Upasakas. You can see that in this world itself, people who are striving for God, their mind is also more and more peaceful. Worldly people, not much peace is there. Seekers, their mind is much more peaceful. So they do a lot of sadhana. So they go to higher worlds. Athava, and when they, so since that kamana is there, they won't be liberated there. They have to come back. Athava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam etadhi durlabhataram loke loke janmayati drasam etadhi durlabhataram loke janmayati. They are born in a yogi's family. And it is very, very rare, Bhagavan says. To take birth in a yogi's family is very rare. These are the people who come. They were striving for God. But then because of some worldly desire, they come back. So this is the third category of people. Now comes a fourth category of people. Who are they? Huh? Nishkama Saguna Bhakta. No desires at all, worldly desires, but they are Saguna Bhakta. They are attached to some Ishta Devata, Rama, Krishna, etc. And their sadhana has gone so deep that they don't have any worldly desire. But at the same time, they don't have self-knowledge also. Now what will happen to them? Will they come back? They will not come back because worldly desire is not there. The necessary condition to come to this world is you must have a worldly desire. They don't have it, so they cannot come back. Okay, can they get liberated? That is also not possible because necessary condition for liberation is self-knowledge. They don't have it. So where do they go? So that is what is called as this Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka is not the loka of Brahmaji. Generally, that's what we say. Actually, Brahmaji, according to Upanishad, is Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is nothing but totality of mind intellects. So Saguna Brahman. So therefore, if I'm a Krishna Bhakta and I want to Vaikuntha, okay, I go to Vaikuntha or whatever. Rama Bhakta, Rama is Saket Lok. Saket Lok. Shiva Bhakta, Kailas. So see, I have done an Upasana. Upasana is nothing but mind-related sadhana. So such a pure mind imagines a world, imagines a form of God, and then I enter into that world. Actually, it's all creation of my own mind. Ishtadevata is also creation of my mind, just like dream. But because it's a pure mind, it is closer to reality. So I want my Bhagavan to come in the form of Vishnu. So that pure mind projects. And then I see Vishnu. And I go to Vishnu Loka. They're all projections of the mind alone. So in general, that Loka is called Brahma Loka. Now in that Loka also, remember the Jiva Bhava is still there. There are different gradations. What are the next words? Page number 106. Prasadat Sveshtadevasya Salokyam cha samipata Sarupyam sarti sayujye Muktim prahurmanishinaha Prasadat Sveshtadevasya Salokyam cha samipata Sarupyam sarti sayujye Muktim prahurmanishinaha. Yes. Prasadat Swa Ishtadevasya. By the grace of Ishtadevata. Now what happens to this person? He has to go to such a world. He can neither come back to the world nor can he liberate. Where will he go? Now it is his intense desire that I must go to the world of my Bhagavan, my Ishtadevata. So the first level, now in that world also there are different levels. The first is just entry, Salokya Mukti. So that person is qualified to enter into that world. Salokya Mukti. Second is Samipya Mukti. If his mind is even more pure, greater devotion, then there is Samipya. He goes nearer to his Lord. The first is entry into the world of the Lord. Second is nearness to the Lord, Samipya Mukti. And the third one is called Sarupya. If that person is even more Sarupya, his form becomes that of the Lord. Just like Jaya Vijaya. They had the same form as Vishnu only. And Sarupi also, they were gatekeepers, very near. Sarupi and Samipi, you can see there. But even more than Sarshti. Sarshti means the power. That person gains the power of the Lord also. He's empowered. Even more, Sayuj, becoming one with the Lord. So this is according to Bhakti Shastra. So this Sayuj is nothing but Moksha in Vedanta. Sayuj means becoming one. So this person entering Brahmaloka or Ishtadevata Loka, there are different levels. There is no going back now. So in this world itself, he has to cultivate more and more devotion, and finally, so according to that, they say that in Brahmaloka, Brahmaji himself is the Vedantic knowledge and liberates. Brahmaji means Ishtadevata. Or Ishtadevata gives you Vedantic knowledge. Why Vedantic knowledge? Because there is no other way. Ignorance can go only with knowledge. So that is the final one. So 5 types of people. Who are they? First one, abhaktas. Second one, sakama bhakta. Third one, sakama sakama jitnyasu bhakta. Fourth one, nishkama saguna bhakta. And the fifth one, nishkama nirguna bhakta. What happens to them? No kamana is there. And nirguna, meditating on consciousness, staying as it is. So no imaginations of the mind. What happens when they are called as jnani bhaktas? The final one. They get liberated. That is the next verse. Page number 110. Hitva swajiva bhavam ya brahmatmana hi samsthitihi जीवन मुक्तिर्विदेहा च सर्ववेदांत निश्चयः हित्वा स्वजीव भावं या ब्रह्मात्मना हि संस्थितिः जीवन मुक्तिर्विदेहा च Sarva-Vedanta-Nishchayah. This is firmly ascertained by all the Vedantic scriptures. What is that? As long as Jiva Bhava is not gone, Jiva Bhava is the wrong notion about ourselves, till then Mukti is not possible. So therefore, remove the wrong notion about oneself through right knowledge. Hitva Swajiva Bhavam, and then Brahmatmana samsthiti. Firmly abide in that Brahman, that reality, that pure consciousness, that self. Then what will happen? That person becomes Jivan Mukta. Even while living, he is liberated. That state is called Jivan Mukti. And when that person leaves the body, he is called as Videha Mukti. Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. This is what Vedanta says. And this alone is true liberation. The rest, everything is just a play of the mind. So, abhaktas go to the lower world. Sakama bhaktas, they go to the higher world and come back. Sakama jitnyasu bhaktas, they go to even higher world and come back. They are all path of return. Nishkama saguna bhaktas, they take the path of no return. That is called as Shukla Marga. Krishna Marga and Shukla Marga. Or Uttarayana Marga, according to Bhagavad Gita. So that is a path of no return. So they go to their Ishtadevata, gain the knowledge through Ishtadevata. What gain? Not knowledge, same Vedantic knowledge. And then get it. That is also called as Krama Mukti. Another term used. Krama Mukti. Krama. So many stages, and then finally they attain. Whereas people who gain this Vedantic knowledge here itself, not getting into all those things. For them, it is subdued. You don't have to go to different worlds. All these worlds are nothing but projections of the mind. Anything that you see other than the self is a projection of the mind. Anything, how much ever auspicious it may be, it is anatma. And any anatma is unreal. No compromise here. No sweet talk. Other than the self, if you are seeing something, you are still ignorant, you are still dreaming. As long as you see anything other than the waker, you are still in dream. Sarva Vedanta Nishchaya, firm conviction. Vedanta talks only about truths. We are not interested in your divine experiences and divine visions. No. Most divine vision is the vision of the self. And the vision of the self is nothing but abidance in the self. Ishadarshanam Swa-atma Rupatara. That's it. So this is types of liberation. Next comes Jivan Muktananda, the bliss of liberation. Page number 112. How, Samagayati Brahmajnah Anandam Paramanandam Darshayannaho Swatmanah How Samagayati Brahmajnah Anandam Paramanandam Darshayannaho Swatmanah. Yes. So this how, where is it coming? Taittiriya Upanishad. Which Valli? Bhrigu Valli. So in that student, his name is Bhrigu, goes to his father. What is the father's name? Varuna. Varuni. So Bhrigu goes to his father and says, "Oh father, teach me the knowledge of Brahman." Father says, "Go, do tapas." First he does tapas and comes back and says, "Father, got it. Who are you?" "I am this body." "Go, little more." The tapas is not sufficient. So next he goes a little more deeper. "Hey, father, got it. Who are you?" "I am the prana." Go. So like that, many times he is sent back. First I am the body, then I am the prana, I am the mind, and finally he gets it. That Ananda Atma. At that time he sings. What does he sing? This is what he sings. How. So it's the song of liberation. Samagayati Brahmajnah, the knower of Brahman is singing. Anandam Paramanandam. When do you sing? You sing when you are happy. Only in films you see people singing when they are sad. Anandam Paramanandam Darshayannaho Swatmanah, seeing his own self, the blissful self. He is singing. What is he doing? Next verse, page number 115. Atma Krida Swatmaratihi Jivan Mukta Sada Sukhi Punya punya vinirmuktah सर्वानन्दकरो यतिः आत्मक्रीडस्वात्मरतिः जीवन्मुक्तः सदा सुखी पुण्या पुण्यविनिर्मुक्तः सर्वानन्दकरो यतिः. Yes, when you come to know that yourself is so blissful, Atma sporting in one's own self, Atmaratihi, reveling in one's own self, Jivan Mukta Sada Sukhi. What is the experience? Nandati, Nandati, Nandatyeva. So such a Jivan Mukta, liberated while living. Punya, Apunya, Vinirmukta. He becomes free from Punya and Papa. Completely free. He becomes free from the BMI and all the actions of the BMI. Sarvananda Karaha. And not only that he is blissful, he gives that ananda to everyone. He becomes a giver of bliss also. Yet he, such a person, the renunciate. Okay, all these things you know, I don't have to tell you. Only what is lacking is the bliss. Information is there. Page number 118. Naiva kurvanna karayan karyam satnoti sarvada आश्चर्यं न हि किमेतत् पश्यत्वं बुधवैभवम् नैव कुर्वन्न कारयन् कार्यं साध्नोति सर्वदा आश्चर्यं न हि किमेतत् पश्यत्वं बुधवैभवम्. Pashyatvam Budhavaibhavam. See the glory of this enlightened one. What is the glory? Naiva Kurvan Nakaryan. He doesn't do anything, he doesn't prompt anyone to do anything. But at the same time, Karyam Sadhanoti. Whatever has to be done is accomplished. What is our condition? Stress, strain, this, that, and finally work is not accomplished. Just the opposite. Here is a person who is absolutely effortless and everything happens. See, Ascharyam nahi kimetat. Is it not a great wonder? Here is a person so relaxed. We see. What is that? Naiva kinchit karomi. Yukto manyeta tattvarit. I don't do anything. He's a king of relaxation. Doesn't do anything. But the world sees that he is doing so many things. All the great things in this world are done by Mahatmas only. But ask them, are you doing anything? What will they say? I don't do anything. Then who is doing it? I don't know. Things just happen. In fact, they become perfect instruments in the hands of God. All great things have been done to Mahatmas because they have become a perfect instrument in the hands of omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent God. All great things. Ascharya. This is a wonder. And this is the secret of action also. Be a perfect instrument in the hands of the Lord. Remember that magnet example. The iron piece is running towards magnet. You also, oh my God, how efficiently. Ask the iron, are you doing anything? I'm just available, he will say. Everything is done by the magnet. The greater the purity, the greater the pull you will experience. The greater the pull, greater the speed. The same way, the more and more you are tuned to God, so many things Bhagavan accomplishes through you, even without your knowledge. Absolute relaxation. The point is that absolute relaxation. There is no stress, there is no strain, no worries, no tension, no anxiety, and things are just happening. Ashcharya. Pashyattam Buddhavai Bhavam. See the glory of an enlightened people. So, this is the glory of self-knowledge. You become relaxed. Through life, you are relaxed. Not the relaxation of a tamasic person. Many times we misunderstand. You are a tamasic fellow. Maybe I'm an enlightened person. I don't know where I've shared you this. So there was this eagle sitting on the tree, doing nothing. One rabbit comes. Eagle, eagle, can I also sit like you without doing anything? People say, yeah, why not? And the rabbit also sat, seeing the way the eagle was seated, doing nothing. The rabbit also sat. Next moment, one fox comes and takes. Story is over. This is Aesop's fable. So, what is the message? Moral has to be there, no? If you have to sit without doing anything, you have to sit on the top. You are sitting on top, yes. You sit doing nothing. So, tamasic person should not imitate. If you are in tune with God, you don't have to do anything. Everything will be done through you. Inspiration will come and things will just happen. Inspiration is given by God. Right ideas are given by God. Conducive environment is created by God. And therefore action belongs to God. Right. So now, Krutajnata, gratitude, that Guru who has given this knowledge, expression of gratitude, page 121. Shishya Uvacha Dhanyoham Krutakrityoham Prasadat Tava He Guru Bhavaye Padmayugmam Te Satatam Hridi Komalam Dhanyoham Krutakrityoham Prasadat Tava He Guru Bhavaye Padmayugmam Te Satatam Hridi Dhanyoham. So Shishya Uvacha. So Shishya, having gained this knowledge, O Guru, Dhanyaha Aham, I am blessed. Krutakrityaha Aham, I am fulfilled. The purpose of my life has been served. All because of Prasada Tava, by your grace, your blessings. So therefore, Bhavaye Padma Yuktam Te, may I always meditate upon your lotus feet. Satatam Hradigomalam. In my heart, may I always meditate upon your lotus feet. So he's expressing his gratitude. Then what did Guru say? Page 124. Guru Uvacha Tava Bhaktya Prasannoham यथा ज्ञानं गृहीतवान् ब्रह्मनिष्ठः सदैव त्वम् पराभक्तियुतो भव तव भक्त्या प्रसन्नोऽहम् यथा ज्ञानं गृहीतवान् ब्रह्मनिष्ठः सदैव त्वम् पराभक्तियुतो भव. Guru responded. So when Shishya said, "Oh Guru, I am so blessed because of your grace, I gained this knowledge, I am totally fulfilled. I always meditate your lotus feet in my heart." What did Guru say? Guru said, "Tava bhaktya prasanna aham." Oh dear Shishya, by your devotion I am extremely pleased. Yatha jnanam grihitava, no doubt why you are able to gain this knowledge, because you have such a pure heart, a heart filled with devotion. That is why you have gained this knowledge. So now I bless you. What is the blessing? Brahmanishtaha sadaivatvam. May you firmly get established in that Brahman, in the self. Parabhaktiyuto bhava. May you attain supreme devotion for that self, for the Lord. This is my blessing. So thus it's over. Now the last verses of Guruji, page number 125. Guruji expresses his gratitude. Ayam Subodha Vedantah Gurudeva Shishakritah समर्पयेतं तेभ्यो हि प्रसन्नाः सन्तु ते मयि अयं सुबोधवेदान्तः गुरुदेवाशिषाकृतः समर्पयेतं तेभ्यो हि प्रसन्नाः सन्तु ते मयि. The concluding verse. I am Subodha Vedanta. So this text, this composition, what is the name of the composition? Subodha Vedanta. Guru Deva Shishakritah. I have composed only by the grace of Deva and Guru. By the grace of the Lord, with the blessings of Gurudev, I was able to compose this. So Bhagwan's grace and blessing was there. Therefore this was composed. And therefore, samarpayetam tebhyohi. Therefore, since it has come from them, inspiration, ability, idea, everything has come from Bhagavan. So therefore, I offer it, samarpaye. Tam tebhyohi. I offer it to them, Bhagavan and Guru. Prasanna santu te mahi. May they be pleased with me. So there is an expression of gratitude of Pujya Guruji. So how many topics have we seen? Guru Lakshanam, Shishya Lakshanam, correct? And then the nature of the self, and then proof of the existence of God, and then Shraddha, how to develop Shraddha, what are the different types of Shraddha, and then the means and goal, their relationship. Then sadhana viveka, what are the different types of sadhana, and how to cross over Maya, what is the purpose of this world, what are the different types of liberation, what is that bliss of liberation. So these are all the topics we have seen. So in fact, I think all of the topics brief. So may we all gain this bliss and may we all sing. What? Let there be a song of bliss. So it will also happen by the grace of Lord. We should have patience and go on attending satsang as much as possible. We keep on as and when we understand something, practice it, make it a part of our life. Definitely it will happen. At least this much we have reached. A little more. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyat Dukkham Bhave Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om